Welcome to Gording in the Barn. I'm Bobby Lowe. This is my husband Ben. We own Benjamin's Landing at Lowe Farms, and this is our friend Gordy. And Gordy is showing you today another Benjamin's box that we will ship to your home for your child that has a baby chicken. And what will come in the box will be a Tennessee spinner gourd, and it will have pre-drilled holes for the nose and for the feather. You'll get the wooden down nose and 2 Google eyes, which I'm having trouble picking up, that fit on it, and a yellow feather. You will need to provide the paint and the brushes and however you're going to make it shine. So, Gordy, shall we get started?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, the first thing we're going to do is take some color of orange paint. And I'm not going to insist that you use a special color or whatever. I will be including in the box a set of instructions. And they're not going to have the paint colors on them either, because I want you to have fun with this, but I don't want you to have to go to the bank and drain your account just to go buy all kinds of supplies. Use what you have at home. And you're also going to get a picture of what it looks like, because I think a picture says 1,000 words.
Could they use any kind of paint left over from a paint job?
Right, right. You know, and maybe your child won't want the paint your chick yellow. Maybe they'll want it white. Maybe they'll want it blue. You know, let's let the creative juices flow here. What do you think,
Yes,
Gordy?
I think so too, Mrs. Lowe.
Yeah, because it's their craft and it's how they want to do
And you
it.
don't have to spend a fortune to make this, make this work.
Right,
You
right.
can just use what's in your household.
Exactly.
But
And
you're going to need a little spinner, though. You'll have to pick out up at Benjamin's Landing.
right, exactly. That's why we're doing this, because not always does everybody have access to the gourds.
That's right.
And so we can send you everything that you
Benjamin's
need to
Landing got a
do.
good variety of gourds.
Right. And if you decide that you want to order this, you can go to benjaminslanding.com or Benjamin's Landing at Lowe Farms, and they will the instructions will be there on how you can place your order. So,
That's very nice.
let's
Mrs. Lowe.
let these creative juices flow. So, as I said, the first thing we're going to do, I'm using acrylic paints. You can use shoe polish. You could use a magic marker. You can
Old
use
varnish.
Adirondack inks. No,
Old
not so
varnish?
much old varnish, because I would think that would be difficult for the kids and not necessarily safe for them to be using. Now, for an adult, varnish away. Gordy, hold on to that box. Let's see. There you go. How's that? So the first thing you're going to do is paint your nose orange. And notice it has a sharp pencil point. All we've done is taken a wooden dowel and sharpened it with a pencil sharpener. So we didn't want that point to be too sharp for your little one. And then we're going to, now notice I'm washing my brush and I'm drying it out on a paper towel, because you don't want your brushes dripping wet, because then that just makes kind of a sloppy mess for everybody. And next, you're going to set that nose aside and let it dry. And in the meantime, you're going to pick up your little spinner. Now, I have on my plate here 2 seeds that have already fallen out of this spinner, and that's going to happen because the Tennessee spinner seeds are small. And if you shake it, there comes another one. If you shake this gourd, the insides will come out, but we're going to seal it with the nose, so it won't matter. But just to be aware, it's normal, it's okay. And we're going to take the brush and we're going to paint our little spinner yellow.
It's a pretty bright yellow there, Mrs. Lowe.
It is, and the nice thing about it is it covers the spinner pretty well, but at home you'll have more time than what we do. You may want to dry this with a hair dryer. And notice I'm holding the little tip so I don't get my hands too messy.
Right.
And you'll want to do that with your child too. And then dry it with a hair dryer. And then you can pick up the other end and dry it. I'm just going to do it like this now, which isn't the best because
You get paint on your fingers, Mrs. Love.
that's right, and it'll lift the paint off of the gourd.
Yes.
See my fingerprints on the gourd? You don't really want to do that because then you have to go back, and it just never.
Gotta do more touch up.
Yeah, it just never
Just
makes
work
as
it
nice a
out
job.
in procedures.
Right. I also think that if you want a really, really yellow chick, you're gonna dry this with a hair dryer, and then continue painting. I'd put a second coat on if you have the time, because this is a pretty quick project,
Okay.
and that would be nice. So we just happen to have a painted gourd and a painted nose ready for our next step. And so we're going to take some white glue. I'm using Elmer's, but you can use any kind of white glue you like. Some people like Aleene's tacky glue. Elmer's seems to be the one that's usually around. And I'm going to put glue all over the dowel except the pointy tip that sticks out. And then you're just very nicely going to insert the dowel to the pointy tip inside. And notice I'm wiping off the glue. And you can do that with a Q-tip if you have one available. I don't, so I'm just going to do it like that. And then we're going to place a dot of glue where we're going to put the eye. And we'll pick up the eye, and your child can glue it on. Now notice there's a little bit of glue around the eye that's showing. That's okay because this white glue dries clear. Now if your child is older and real artistic, he can draw his eyes on and use black and white paint. And but sometimes kids like these Google eyes. So we have the nose and we have the eyes, and then we have the feather. But you know, this feather is rather large. It would probably make the little gourd fall over. So I'm going to cut the feather and use the top of it. Save the bottom. Who knows what we might want to use it for someday.
You might
But
want
we
to
never
use it
throw
in
in-
another gourd.
That's right. We never throw things out.
No.
We could use it on a Mardi Gras mask, all kinds of things. So,
Feathers are hard to come by.
at a craft store, you can get all kinds of feathers. Okay, now there's a little hole that we've pre-drilled in the top of the gourd. And of course, I covered it with glue. Let's find that hole. There it is. And you stick your feather in.
That's
Now-
really nice looking, Mrs. Love.
Well, it's a cute little chip.
Yes, I think so. Nice little chicken there.
If you ordered a couple of kits, we could put it all in the same box, and you could have maybe a flock of little chicks for Easter.
A lot of people like chickens nowadays.
Well, they do, and it's a nice decoration for Easter dinner, you know, on the table. Now, what's missing, you guys?
What's missing?
What's
on-
missing? Yeah.
on
What's
that?
wrong with this chick?
You need a little bit of sparkle on that.
Yeah, he doesn't shine.
He don't shine. He needs a spark. You need to jazz him up a little
Yeah,
bit.
so today I'm using this liquid. It's called Liquitex. Only because we're working inside and I don't want to have some spray fumes for your child. Because when
right,
you
that's
use
a good idea,
when you
Mrs.
use a spray
Don't wanna
polyurethane, they're
inhale, toxic fumes.
right. And so you stir your Liquitex.
Or something that doesn't smell good. You know, it's not good for your lungs.
Right, right. And especially here, it's cold outside, so we don't want to be spraying outside anyway. And notice that I'm keeping the Liquitex in a cup. And the reason I'm doing that is so I don't spill it. Because we're going to dip into the Liquitex and we're going to brush on the shine. And I could...
Before you do this, Mrs. Lou, don't you have to wait till that paint is dry?
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's another procedure you do.
Didn't I say that?
Yeah, I think you did.
Oh,
You told them
I
to
may
do the
not
hair
have.
dryer, do the dry the paint with the hair dryer.
And you may want to put a second coat of yellow on.
Mhm.
Okay.
So you want it dry before you put your clear on.
Absolutely. You want it dry, and you use the hair dryer, and you can use the hair dryer to dry the Liquitex. It doesn't take very long for it at all. And the one nice thing about this is having these eyes on here. You can put the Liquitex around the eyes, whereas if you're spraying it, you're going to be spraying it right on the eye. Maybe you don't want to do that because it might make a film on that plastic Google eye.
That's really putting a bright shine on it.
It does. It really does. And this is a real quick and easy craft. The Liquitex cleans up with water, soap and water, like your Dawn liquid, like you would use on your brushes. And you need to be sure that you use that to clean your brush, and then you can reuse it again and again and again. And as always, we always make sure we put the lid on so that it's fine. So, in about 20 minutes, not even that long, you can have a cute little chick and for Easter, or for a little gift, or a table sitter, or to put in your child's room, and they know that they have made it. And so if you want a Benjamin box with a chick in it, go to www.benjaminslanding.com or Benjamin's Landing at Low Farms on our Facebook page, and it will show you how you can order them.
If they don't want a real chicken, they can just get these and keep adding them to their flock, and they get themselves a little flock of chickens.
Absolutely,
People
Gordy,
like
you're
their
right.
little chickens.
Yes. Gordy, would you like to make a chicken?
Yes, Mrs. Lowe, I'd like to.
Okay, but you can call me Bobby.
Okay.
It's okay.
All right.
All right. Well, happy Gordy.